with the man from down under, with a little thunder, WWE and Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer, Bushwhacker Luke. And here something else comes from down under too. The Wrestling with Figs podcast with my mates Chris and James. You gotta tune into this great podcast, because Chris and James will give you all the inside info. Whoa! Yay!
Jamesy, here we are.
Hello and welcome everyone to the Wrestling with Figs podcast. My name is James, and I guarantee that I've spent the most money in merch purchase this week. How are you, Chris?
My name's Chris, and I guarantee that I have caused James the most stress in the last 20 minutes of his life. As we were struggling technically, we had a few issues, and James changed his computer 4 times, 5 times. He got his wife to help him, and then we realised it was all my computer's fault. So here we are.
Well, thank you for owning up for that, Chris, because I was this close to throwing you.
I still blame you, mate. I think look, I haven't done anything different. This is the joys of technology. I haven't changed anything, any settings on this program, yet somehow I've muted you, which it was actually nice. It was nice for a break from your complaining.
Oh, well, let's move on with the show, hey? Enough negativity. Let's get into it. We've got a cracking show this week, Chris. It's jam-packed, a lot's happening in the community, and I can't wait to get into it.
I don't think we've had a bigger show than this one.
Yeah, awesome. Big. Oh, I like that. Hey, before we get into it, have you been watching the NBA Finals?
I watched the Boomers this morning. How good were they?
Oh, yes. How good's that? I don't care if it's an exhibition. We've beat Team USA, and that's God, I hope they win a medal this year. I really, really do. We've fallen short, I'd say, the last couple of Olympics. They were looking destined to get something, and they've fallen short. So
I actually posted a nice little fishing post on the Asylum page, which is 90% Americans, where I posted, we've beaten you at basketball, and now we've also beaten you at getting the new elites in Australia first as well. So suck on that one. How do you like that one, America?
Absolutely. And Ash Barty winning Wimbledon. Wimbledon. Australian superstars are killing it.
Biggest news of the week, the Dockers, my footy team, are in the top 8 for the first time since 2015.
Wow. That's a good achievement. Well done.
It's because everybody else lost.
I've got to say, NRL at the moment, for all us NRL fans, I think the competition is struggling. My team, the Manly Sea Eagles, professional team, beat another professional team, the Canterbury Bulldogs. Guess what the score was?
100-0.
No, 66-0.
Yeah, it's
in a professional game. That's garbage. NRL, whatever you're doing, you need to fix it, because when a team, even when my team beats another team 66-0, that doesn't excite me.
You know, something I've never understood with rugby is I see it every year. About this time of year, you start having players go, next year I'm going to play for a different team.
Yeah.
And I don't understand. How can that be a system where you can switch teams for the next year? How can you commit to the team you're currently playing with if you already know you're going to leave?
Because contracts are only worth the bit of paper they're written on these days, unfortunately.
Hey, I need to make a public apology first, James, before we can get in any recording, anything else. Last week, 2 weeks ago, I was a bit under the weather. There was a lot of coughing. First, I want to apologise to Adam doing our edits that there was so many coughing moments. I want to apologise to the listeners, the viewers. I wasn't in my best form last week, but I'm back. Still kicking. Baby. Passed the COVID test. Here I am. I didn't have COVID, don't worry. Did have to have a test, though, just to double check, but I'm all good.
Good on you, mate. Well done. Welcome back. Well, let's get into the show and let's kick it off with community news.
Community news.
Straight off the bat, Wrestling with Figs podcast is proudly sponsored by Go Figure Collectibles, the best collectibles and pop culture store Australia-wide, in my opinion. Jeff, at the moment, Jeff from Go Figure Collectibles, Jeff, a valued member of our community, has finally beaten the battle with Mattel. Today, now this is big for us collectors down under. Today, he received a massive stock of Elite 86. So for us collectors down under, we don't usually see these till what, months after release?
At least 2 months, maybe 3.
At least 2 or 3 months. The fact that Jeff has won this battle with Mattel that he's been fighting for months, actually years with Mattel just to get some distribution down under, and he's finally got it. And we'll get into that later. But well done, Jeff. We're proud to have you as a sponsor. Keep fighting the good fight. You're doing amazing things by the community. And in fact, speaking of community, all of our Figs Down Under members and Wrestling with the Figs podcast listeners will receive 5% discount store-wide at Go Figure Collectibles by using FDU5, code FDU5 on checkout, and that's store-wide, not just wrestling figures, turtles, statues, pops, video games, whatever it may be, store-wide. So thank you, Jeff. We love you. We love your store, and support local guys. Get down to Go Figure Collectibles.
He was selling some of those cool Funko soda cans today. Did you see that?
Yeah. I don't know what they are, so explain to me what they are.
They look like a can, and I'm pretty sure it's got a figure inside of it, but there's a whole bunch of different themes. So I've seen, I think it's Lucas in our group has the Kiss ones.
Okay.
And they look really cool. The only thing is a lot of the characters or the figures aren't really things I collect, but there'll be people out there that absolutely love those. And he was doing a bit of a deal. He did a bit of a deal at I think it was buy one, get the next one half price or something like that. So check out his website. I think it might have been in store only, but just check it out and talk to Jeff. Actually,
speaking of buy one, get one half price, he's also got Elite Series 81 and 85. He's got a whole stock of them. Mattel dumped a whole bunch on his doorstep, and he's getting rid of those for buy one, get the second one for 50% off in store only. So if you're in the Melbourne area, get down there, get down to Go Figure Collectibles and support Jeff and his team. Now, well done, Jeff. Love you, mate. Love your work. Now, if this is the first show you've tuned into, we want to explain to you how the Wrestling with Figs podcast started. I guess the short version of a very long one. Figs Down Under Community is our private Facebook group, and this is where we are developing somewhat of an amazing community that is full of support, is full of passion, it's full of nostalgia, and everyone is just awesome within the group. So that is our private Facebook group called Figs Down Under. We've opened it up to Australia, New Zealand, and we've started to have a few members around the world join. You know, the likes of Mark Bushy, Sean HG, Sean NG.
Sean NG, mate. HG's the guy on the radio.
Sean HG. We've got Mark Reynolds over there in the UK. So amazing group. If you'd like to join, head over to Figs Down Under on Facebook, answer the 3 or 4 questions, and we will welcome you with open arms. It's a great group.
You've forgotten a few important international members. Grenville Nash, author of
Grenville Nash, absolutely.
Adrian Rushton, collector extraordinaire from the UK. There's some big names in the group. Yeah,
there's no egos, and I love it. It's like without sounding corny, it's like a second family, isn't it? It's a way to share your collection, share the joy of other people's collections, and support its community.
And we quite often, it's hard to talk to your mates if your mates aren't into collecting. They don't really get it. So you can have your online mates. It's just like I was going to say it's like Tinder for collectors, but that's a bit weird, isn't
it? Very weird. Very weird.
Without the business stuff, yeah.
Yes, yeah, all the business.
Maybe there is. Maybe we're just not included in that stuff.
Yeah. Usually when you're admin, you're the last ones to hear of all that sort of stuff. Trust me.
Yeah. No one's reported anything, so.
Yeah, mate. We've got a lot to talk about in the action figure world at the moment. There's so much going on, and I guess each fortnight, Chris and I choose out some of the news that we've, of action figures we've heard of that are being released or are released or being developed, and we talk about them here on the pod. So did you want me to kick it off first? Because you got a lot to talk about, Mattel. Do you want me to kick it off with my choices?
Why not, mate? You go for it.
Every fortnight I'll talk about this. The Heels and Faces, I'm going to say, are my favourite toy line, I reckon, and it's up there with the NECA. in the last few years. I am just loving everything that's coming out of the Heels and Vases toy line. And bravo, huge round of applause for Zombie Sailor. I say this every week. It blows my mind that he's an independent and he's come up with such quality product and is ticking all the boxes. International shipping.
I've got to say to Zombie that he's nailing it. He's absolutely nailing it. And he has good advisors in Cardona and Myers would definitely be somebody he'd collaborate with. And he's also a collector. So when you have people who are already invested into the hobby, they know what they want. They know what collectors want. They know they're part of the community. It's a lot different to having a company making things they think people want without actually being connected to the community.
Yeah, 100%. That's you've hit the nail on the head there, Chris, and that's what it's all about, right? A collector developing his own toy line. We should develop our own toy line, hey? What do you reckon?
Well, you'd have to have a lot of plastic to make my head, but I don't think, talking to Junk Shop, I don't think it's as easy as it looks on. But leave that to the experts. I just want to buy them. Just give me the tip to buy. Yeah.
Well, speaking of buying them, did you end up snagging some Heels and Faces Series 1 from the international pre-orders?
I have a Dino and a Sabu and a, what's the other one?
Earl Hebner.
So I've got 3 coming. I've actually got 2 Dinos coming because I bought one through an American collector who didn't want them, so he bought one for me before international pre-orders opened, and then I ordered mine when the international pre-orders opened because we weren't sure. We were a bit worried that we weren't going to get international pre-orders. So that's exciting.
Yeah, well done, mate. Well done.
And yourself? What did you buy?
Yeah, I got a Dino Bravo and a Earl Hebner. Can't wait to get them.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing what they look like. The prototypes look amazing. And in my opinion, prototypes of most figures look amazing. So it'll be interesting to see the mass-produced product, see how they come out.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I hope they don't come out like the retros. I don't like the final look of the retro. I really don't, which is why I don't collect them. So I hope they're not like that.
You want me to show the images of the sketches for the next series?
Yeah. Look, before we do, what about Slick the Elite announcement?
Slick the Elite?
Huh? Slick. We had this conversation, didn't we? I swear I've heard that. I'm going to find it. It's on a pay-per-view.
It's from Pizza.
Yeah, Fat Pizza. No. Anyway,
big and easy.
Let's rewind. Slick the manager. What? How good? How good is that? I'll be getting 3 of him. That is exciting. Really exciting.
I'll post a picture later tonight. I reckon I have the best custom Slick that's been ever made.
Oh, really?
I have a fantastic custom Slick. So it was made by a guy named Daniel Ariola, who's a customizer in the US. And I think I just love it. It's probably my top 3 favorite custom figures I've got. I'll put a picture up on the page later on.
Brilliant. I guess now you can show this photo, Chris, the Jeff Jarrett wax sculpt reveal. How good's that?
It looks incredible. It has that beautiful Jeff Double J long hair, the headband, the correct tights. He's got the clothesline action. It is tribute to the orange card that was never released. Face sculpt is perfect. It's going to be a cracking figure. It'll
be a sellout for sure. And that's his debut attire, and that's what I hoped it would come out as last time we met, and that is a definite for the collection. I'll be getting 3 of those, 3 of Jeff Jarrett's as well. So that'll be Series 2, is that right?
That's Series 2, yeah. And there's also we've got a sketch artwork for Series 2 as well.
Yes.
So I'll put it up now, which is the Hercules Hernandez with the Gorilla Press Slam, Ron Ruda artwork, really cool. First Hercules figure. Looks like he's got the little T-shirt on that Power and Glory used to wear. So maybe you get your wish. Maybe Paul Romer's not far away.
Yes. Well, he has announced Paul Romer, so that's definitely a Power and Glory attire. Again, I'll be getting 3 of those, 3 sets of Power and Glory, which is something we should have had.
What are you doing with 3 sets?
I don't know. I'm probably over-exaggerating, but why not?
$40 a pop. I think I'll get 1.
Yeah. Actually, my wife is listening, so it will be 1. Now, well done, Zombie.
And well done to your wife, who really helped you with your technical issues earlier this evening. So.
Yeah, our technical issues.